So, who watched the Verzuz battle last night? I know you did. So, let's get into it. Ray J, Bobby Valentino, Pleasure P, Sammy, okay, were all a part of the pre-show. I'm not sure if I'm missing somebody. I'm not sure. I don't know if Jeremiah was there. Somebody said Jeremiah was in the building. Somebody said Tank was in the building. And Tank was in the building. If I missed Jeremiah, it was on a part I tuned out. But we're not even going to get into our Marianne and Mario. We just going to talk about how egotistical men are. I mean, it was a shit show. It was a DICK swinging contest. I mean, who's the best? Who's this? Who's that? The reality of it is, why y'all ain't let the talent just speak for itself? Now, I will say, certain people came out to perform, okay? Certain people came to put out on the show. That was Sammy. That was Bobby Valentino. That was Pleasure P. That was Amarion, and that was Mario. I guess Ray J said he ain't got to prove nothing to y'all. Because Ray J was not giving off those, entertainment vibes. Ray J was giving off those I'm at home vibes. So my people know me, they know what I can do, and so they're not going to judge me if I don't pull on a full out show. Not to mention, Ray J seemed rather bothered at the fact that people would try to just burst out and sing his song for him. He like, damn, this my song. Didn't you come prepared with your music? Why are you jumping in my song? So that was one part of that. Not to mention, Ray J had his family sold up in the building. You feel me? He had Brandy there, Mama there, grandmama there, his son there. I didn't see the little baby girl Melody, but I know that he said Princess was in the building too. So he was just sold up with support. Not to mention, he had a couple of his people, Young Bird, come on the stage and support, and people just do their thing. Now, when it comes to Sammy was acting like a woman scorned. Not like he was acting gay or anything like that. He was just acting like he had a point to prove. He was acting like he came out to the show to stunt on everybody with his vocals, and if you didn't like it, oh well, you could get it too, type of vibe. That was Sammy the whole night. And I can't even lie, it kind of irritated me a bit, because it's like, man, Sammy, you are so talented. Yes, we know you from the 90s. Yes, we know each and every song you did was a hit, baby, because you have such an illustrious, beautiful, wonderful voice with so many layers to it. Come on now. And not to mention, he not only had this great, outstanding voice as a kid, it rolled over to him into his adulthood. Sometimes people need to take a break for their kid voice to kind of merge into the adult voice. Sammy didn't need no break, okay? He was just laying out them tracks with them vocals just sounding superb each and every time, making all the women get in their feelings. You feel me? And I feel like that's what he should have been on last night. He should have been making all the women get in their feelings, feeling like, ooh, we don't need nobody else. We got Sammy, because Sammy came to save the day with them vocals, okay? But Sammy had a point to prove. He was on a mission, and his mission was stunned. Okay, let's get to Pleasure P. Pleasure P was and he made a point to say, oh, I sound just like my records. Pleasure P, by all means, listen to the name, Pleasure P. Come on now. You supposed to be coming out giving the ladies a show like none other. You did perform, but don't get entangled. I said entangled. Don't get entangled in all the BS on the way, Do your thing, because you was singing the tracks, You were doing your thing, but, it wasn't giving, Pleasure P is real anxious to please the ladies. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving my opinion. We all gonna have an opinion after watching this show, because it was something else. And sometimes we was wondering, what are we watching? Okay, let's get into Bobby Valentino. Bobby Valentino is not the best singer out of the bunch. He is not, in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But Bobby Valentino was on a mission, and that mission was to get booked after the Verzuz battle, okay? Bobby Valentino was so on point with putting in that work. He was sweating, you feel me? He was coming out of jackets. He was coming out of shirts. He was playing on pianos. He was singing. He was serenading the women. He was sweating so hard because he was putting in that work, and he wasn't paying attention about who said what, who said this. He came to put on a show. Let's argue. People be telling us, let's argue. Let's argue about that. Bobby Valentino came to put on a show. So if I had to judge who was the best out of the Verzuz battle when it came to Ray J, Bobby Valentino, Pleasure P, and Sammy, Bobby Valentino won that hands down, because it wasn't even only about the vocals. He even did Blackberry Molasses. If y'all don't know what Blackberry Molasses is, y'all under a rock, baby, because Bobby Valentino came to show out, flower jacket and all. He was not playing, okay? He came to do his thing and put on the show. He did for the ladies, and he did all his jams. And I'm trying to figure out why they let Pleasure P do that whole song after Bobby Valentino did that one song. I think he was going to never leave you, God put us together, my angel. They should have let him do that whole song, because they let Pleasure P do his whole song. He done got all up in the crowd, singing all up in the woman's face. She laughing and everything, because she's starstruck, you feel me? She's like, Pleasure P is in my face, baby. I don't know what to do. So that was the first part. Now we get to the weird, awkward part of the show, when they had Z-Ray trying to entertain us and hold our attention, while it took Omarion and Mario forever to get on stage. Omarion came out there changing so often, baby. I knew what took him so long. He was making sure his wardrobe was together. He was making sure every dancer was in the building. He was making sure his sage was in the building, baby. He was making sure he was ready for that action, because he knew it was going to be some action. He knew the phony and the fake was going to come, but he knew all the jokes was going to come. So he said he had to bring his sage too, so he can clear out some of that energy and he could be prepared for whatever. You hear me? Now, I'm not going to stunt. Omarion came to put on a show. You feel me? Omarion says he's a mega triple star, okay? He said he's going to give you the best of both worlds. He's going to give you the vocals, and he's also going to give you the movement, and he's going to make it do what he do. And not only is he going to give you the vocals and the movements, he's going to give you different wardrobe changes, because not only did Bobby Valentino come to get booked after the Verzuz battle, Omarion came to get booked after the Verzuz battle. Do you hear me? These men was thinking long term after the Verzuz battle. They thinking about the coin after the show. Mario, oh my gosh. Woo-wee. That's all I gotta say. Mario, excellent stage presence. Mario, baby, let me tell you something. You do not have to reduce yourself to shit talk, because, honey, you had it going on, okay? And when I say you had it going on vocally, nobody compared. It was like Ray J, Pleasure P, Bobby V, what's that other dude named Sammy, Omarion, who? Mario came to put on the show, honey, and talk stuff. See, Omarion, Omarion was about the show too, but Mario said he was with the SHITS and he was ready to put on the show. So that's what I got to say about the versus battle. All you fellas did a good job, but it just taught me that men are too egotistical.